what the privacy commissioner's role is in this country. And what I found is that not only were businesses struggling to understand rules and regulations, through obviously ScoreUp, who Wardle are partnered with. ScoreUp helps consumers really navigate their own credit reports. I personally have had my credit report impacted, and I am literally somebody that lives on an Excel spreadsheet. I never miss a payment. My credit is immaculate, and I even had errors on my own personal credit report due to banking error.
Yeah, sometimes you can get a duplicate inquiry.
Correct.
Just because, like, I remember, no offense to them, but Nissan Finance had one of the oldest, worst systems ever. And I remember when I was doing automotive finance for a customer, if there was ever a mistake on the settlement pack, you couldn't just amend the mistake and like continue. You actually had to start a whole new deal, resubmit the file. And so it actually created, every time that happened, it actually created a new inquiry. And they wouldn't necessarily want to remove the old one. You had to have, you know, if the business manager in the finance department ruined the deal 3 times in a row, you'd have 3 inquiries. And it just never made sense to me, because obviously each of those inquiries are, you know, they can drop your score, as you're aware. And a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
And sometimes people access your file without your consent or knowledge. You know, maybe it's not necessarily consent part. Maybe it's just, you know, you were doing something very basic and you didn't know they want to access your credit file. You just tick the box, and then all of a sudden they've got your credit file. They put an inquiry, and you're like, "Hey, I didn't know I was doing that." Like, there's nothing that made it clear to me that this was going to be a credit inquiry on my file. And I do think you have a responsibility as a lender or as a financial institution is to tell people when you're going to be accessing
100%.
their file or inquiring on their file.